2 weeks ago, Microsoft announced their new Xbox system to compete with the PS4 and Wii U. Most people's reactions were rather critical of the new features, and most people had their own insight to give on what this would mean for the future of gaming. So in the spirit of being 2 weeks behind the rest of humanity, Gaming Wildlife presents our own take on the Xbox One. First impressions.
It sucks.
One word.
Microsoft's just trying to make a cash cow, I guess.
Let's just say, that Microsoft has taken a prolific dump on society.
I mean, I like it. Just like the PS3, though, the whole event was bland.
They can do whatever the hell they want, and we're going to buy into it no matter what.
It didn't really invigorate me. It didn't get the hype.
Gotta keep up with the times and alienate as many people as humanly possible from your original fan base.
I bet they're saving for E3.
It's a thing.
It's alright.
Would you like to add anything to that?
I mean, you know, it does some new things. It's kind of cool, I guess.
Okay, well.
The new design.
The design is really, truly innovative.
It essentially looks like this cable box.
If you're wanting to sort of go back in time about 20 years and see what old VCRs used to look like, it's pretty amazing.
They put the box in Xbox.
Yeah, it's a big old brick. Looks like a brick.
I looked at it, and it looked like a VCR. So I tried to put a tape in it, but it wouldn't go in.
It looks like any other electronic device.
It's like the original PS3, but without the nice, smooth slope design.
It doesn't seem to be as sleek, quote-unquote, as a video game system should.
Well, my tapes won't go in it, so I don't know what to do with it.
It looks like it came out in the 1970s, and I can't exactly say that that's a good thing.
I think they were just trying to simplify the design. Black is sleek. You see them as VCRs, like you brought that point up for a reason. Like it's black and sleek because it looks nice.
Do you think that the actual look of the system will change your opinion about whether or not you're going to buy the system?
Absolutely not. I mean, if I could make a PC that looks like a piece of crap, but it actually performs well. I mean, look, it's basically, that'd be judging a book by its cover.
It's got pointy edges on it.
Kinect will come bundled with every new system.
I like to dance a lot, so I like the Kinect dancing stuff, so I think I'd like that.
To be perfectly honest, I was never really interested in the Kinect in the first place, but bundling it with the system is probably a good idea.
But it has to be connected at all times.
Forcing it to be on at all times with the system is a bad idea.
Well, that's kind of weird.
I raised the same point when, like the latest Zelda came out, Skyward Sword. When I get home from work, I want to sit down and play games. I don't want to have to jump around and wave my arms like crazy. I'm already tired enough.
I don't like it. I think that should be an optional tool. I think that they were trying to force this whole feel with the system onto the public rather than offer that option. That's really stupid.
Why would you want to connect? Those things are... I've got a Wii.
Why the hell does Kinect need to be attached to the system at all times? What are you watching, Microsoft? Why? Why do you need to be watching me constantly? You don't do that with my Windows computer. You don't do that with anything else I own. Why are you doing this with Xbox? At least I don't think you're doing that with my computer. So you would be okay with the Kinect watching you at all times while you're using the system?
Who would be watching me?
The Kinect.
When I move around my house?
Yeah, if the system's on. I mean, it doesn't have a webcam, so I assume that you're not.
I don't want... Because sometimes when I'm around the house, I walk around naked, and I don't want people watching me.
The system will have to connect to the internet at least once a day.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, who has an Xbox that doesn't usually play online?
Doesn't everything connect to the internet right now?
Who doesn't have the internet these days?
There's going to be very few people who like Xbox that don't have some sort of internet connection or that couldn't get connected an hour a day.
That's incredibly stupid.
But at the same time, punishing people for not being connected to the internet? Really?
I know that Microsoft and Xbox are focused on the online community, but come on.
You know what the best thing about my old systems are? I could just plug them in and play, just as is. I don't need to connect to the internet to download a software update.
One of the head guys at Sony was talking about online only and how the PS4 was originally rumored to have online only, but they have said they're not going with that. The reasoning behind that is that much of the world does not have sufficient bandwidth or even internet connection at all to justify an online only setting. So even having to connect one time a day, that can still be a problem for people out there in other countries. Even in the United States, there are rural areas that do not have a sufficient internet connection to do stuff like that. So I raised the point of why Randy Marsh in South Park bought Blockbuster, because rural areas couldn't stream efficiently movies and stuff to their systems, but they can always go out and rent a disc.
All games will need to install first.
That has to be the dumbest idea ever.
Microsoft, the Xbox is not a computer. I know it technically is, but it's not supposed to work like a computer.
Stupid.
That's sort of the appeal of console gaming, to be able to just, play it and go.
You buy a disc that has all the data, and then you have to install it on your system, which will work. They'll work. I know this will happen because it's Microsoft. They'll work it into where you install enough games and then you run out of space, and you can either delete a game or buy an extra hard drive that they'll totally offer.
It's on the disc thingy, so why does it have to be put on the system first?
Well, I mean, it just needs to be able to install the game onto the system.
That's stupid.
If a game has been installed on a system already, the user must pay a fee to install it on a second system.
Oh, so that's why you have to install every disc first, so that you can try and counter used game sales.
Greedy bastards.
My first question is, what happens if you have to reset your system to defaults? Which often happens when you first release a system. You have problems, and you have to do a few resets and system defaults in order to patch with the new patch that they fix these problems with.
It's pretty dumb.
Basically, unless they gave GameStop or other mom and pop shops, like the stuff around town, the ability to rewrite the disc once they get it used and sell it at a lower price, which even then that doesn't work if you think about it.
Also, like, if you buy a game for a household and you have your parent and you've got an Xbox and then your son or daughter has an Xbox, you should be able to buy a game and be able to both use it. Unless, of course, this is a PC. But it's not a PC. Is it?
Microsoft, talk to the people who run used bookstores and tell me whether or not you're going to be able to win this battle. 'Cause you won't.
The whole thing is, it's just Microsoft taking on the used games industry because of piracy, and we've seen piracy take on things like this before, and who wins every single time? The pirates.
A new Halo installment is coming, but as a TV show, not a game.
Do you like Halo at all?
Yeah.
Are you happy to hear that they're going to have another Halo installment?
Yeah.
Are you happy to hear that it's not going to be a video game, but it's going to be a TV series instead?
Maybe. Kind of. No.
That's not a game. Cool TV show. Where's my Halo?
I jumped off the Halo bandwagon at Halo 2. I was actually incredibly pissed off by that game.
It'll allow them to focus on the story, I guess.
I never cared much for the Xbox systems. I figured pretty much anything on there that I liked, I could get on my PS2 or PS3. The one thing that to me stood out about Xbox was Halo.
The TV show's not necessarily a bad idea, but do the TV show in addition to doing another Halo installment, and you might actually make a lot of money.
And to take that away and give us a TV series, which they might do it well, it might be good, that's not a video game.
I heard that the TV show is being directed by Steven Spielberg, but he's done TV shows before and they haven't. They've got kind of mixed reviews and stuff.
No Halo game, then why bother?
No backwards compatibility with previous systems, and you cannot transfer your XBLA games.
Just gonna play my Xbox.
I mean, come on. You're just screwing over your fan base right there, guys. Come on.
I don't know if they just don't want to do the extra work, or they just want you to have to buy the previous system.
I understand backwards compatibility is kind of an issue with new systems.
I remember when the PS3 first came out, it did have backwards compatibility, but then they changed it in the later editions because the backwards compatibility was such a hindrance on cost. It added an additional $200 to the price point, and people weren't buying the system.
Do you have any other Xbox games or any downloads that you've already downloaded to an Xbox?
I have beach volleyball. I get to see those jugglies go boobity bloobity blue.
Well, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to play those on the new Xbox. You'll still...
What?
Are you okay with that?
No! I want to see my boobies.
But not being able to transfer the games I've already downloaded onto my current Xbox is stupid. It's a file transfer system, Microsoft. You can't put a file transfer system into your new system. Oh, no, you just want me to be able to download them again and give you more money. Well, you can go...
What you're promoting is pirating and jailbreaking. And if you complain about it, like you have in the past, Microsoft, it seems hypocritical.
Well, I think that backwards compatibility isn't necessarily a necessity to a system. It is, you know, a good thing to have, especially when your launch lineup is nothing but sports games, essentially.
The name of the new system.
Cool. I guess.
I was expecting, 720 like everyone else.
Kind of a silly name, but then again, Wii was a silly name anyway, so why not?
None of the names are any interest. Look, it's my derpy new system.
I get the feeling they don't know exactly how they want to pitch each generation of their console.
And that's why I have a PS3.
I don't want it to be my one-stop entertainment system.
It's number one. Is it the first one?
No, it's actually the third Xbox, but it's called the One because it is your one entertainment system.
Well, I don't care, because I want to see boobies, and they're not going to let me see boobies on their Xbox.
Final thoughts?
This system is going to suck.
If Microsoft doesn't turn around what they've got going on and all the things that they have planned so far, then they're setting themselves up for a colossal failure.
I pre-ordered a PS4.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Sony.
It's stupid.
I think you should get out of my apartment now.
You all realize you're going to buy the system anyway, right? And plus, I don't know why you guys are complaining so much. All of these are just rumors. None of them have been confirmed yet.
Well, Microsoft has actually confirmed.
Most of them haven't.
There is no way I'm gonna buy this.
You laugh. You laugh. Come December, you're going to own that system.